Something massive is happening with XRP right now. Exchanges are secretly loading up billions of tokens, ETF demand is just around the corner, and supply is vanishing faster than ever before. If you think XRP has been quiet, trust me, it's the calm before the storm. Stick around, because what I'm about to show you could explain why XRP is on the edge of a supply shock unlike anything crypto has ever seen. Alright guys, something massive is brewing in the crypto markets. Exchanges worldwide are quietly preparing for institutional adoption of XRP through ETF-related products. And the amount of XRP moving right now, it's unlike anything we've ever seen before. I've been tracking it closely, and today I'm going to show you what's really going on. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how much XRP is actually left on exchanges, what these ETFs could do to that limited supply, and why this could send the price into double digits faster than anyone expects. But here's the kicker, it might already be happening behind the scenes. Let's dive in. Recently, All in Crypto reported the largest overnight jump in XRP exchange reserves ever recorded. That's not normal behavior. Exchanges don't suddenly load up on billions of XRP unless something big is coming. Even Cointelegraph is highlighting this same trend. Exchange reserves skyrocketed by 1.2 billion tokens in a single day. Binance alone added 610 million XRP. Now pause and think about that. Are exchanges preparing for a tidal wave of ETF demand? Or is there another reason they're making the same move at the same time? Keep that question in your mind as we go deeper. So where does all this XRP actually come from? Exchanges can source it by buying on the open market, through OTC desks, or even directly from Ripple through strategic deals. And remember, Ripple still releases 1 billion XRP every month, but about 70% of that goes right back into escrow. Meaning, the actual new supply hitting the market is tiny. And here's the twist, if that starts getting depleted faster, the whole system tightens, but that's not even the craziest part. Ripple is also the single largest holder of XRP, and exchanges sometimes enter direct agreements with them to secure bulk amounts for institutions. So the question becomes, if Ripple's locked-up escrow supply is thinning and exchanges are suddenly hoarding XRP, what exactly are they preparing for? A few big drivers are at play: anticipation of ETF demand, preparation for high trading volumes, growing acceptance by traditional banks, and even strategic accumulation for cross-border payments. There's also data from accounts like XRP Liquidity showing that Coinbase has multiple wallets holding over 16 million XRP each. And don't forget, Coinbase was selected by BlackRock to give their Aladdin clients access to crypto. Translation: if BlackRock wants XRP, they can get it, but here's where the story flips. Just a few months ago, XRP was being pulled off exchanges by retail investors moving into self-custody. Suddenly, the trend reversed. Binance jumped from 2.9 billion to 3.5 billion XRP in just 1 week. Bitham climbed to 2.5 billion. Bybit nearly doubled its reserves. In one day, more than 1.2 billion XRP flowed into exchanges. That's not retail, that's preparation. So let's talk hard numbers. Analysts estimate that out of all the XRP on exchanges, only about 1.5 to 3.5 billion is actually liquid and available for purchase. The rest belongs to customers or is otherwise locked. Imagine this: if ETFs start pulling in $5, $10, or even $20 billion in inflows, they'll need to buy XRP off the open market to back those funds. At just $3 to $4 per coin, that could wipe out almost the entire liquid supply. Now picture this: what happens when available supply shrinks to only 100 million, or even 50 million XRP? That's when prices don't just move up slowly, they gap up. 2, 3, 5, 10 times higher, almost overnight. And here's the wildest part: most XRP holders aren't selling at $5 or $10. The community openly says they're holding for 3 or even 4-digit prices before they even consider letting go. That means the higher the price goes, the less people are willing to sell, creating even more pressure on the remaining supply. Some argue that dark pools, private trading venues, could hide this demand. But dark pools aren't infinite. Eventually, those reserves dry up. And when they do, institutions will have no choice but to come to public exchanges. That's when demand overwhelms supply and prices explode. Think about it. Out of 100 billion total XRP, Ripple controls over 40 billion. Retail investors, they may only hold 1 to 2 billion. That's shockingly small. Out of 8 billion people on Earth, only a few million own XRP at all. And only a fraction of those hold significant amounts. And this is the kicker: when the global financial system transitions onto blockchain, they'll say everyone had the same chance. XRP was out there for over a decade, often under 30 cents. You had time, and they won't be wrong. So here's where we stand. Exchanges are loading up, institutions are circling, and retail is locking their coins away. Something big is coming, and the signs are everywhere. Now I want to ask you this: if you could get my XRP research early, ad-free, and have a way to ask me questions directly, would you be interested? I'm thinking of creating a small community for maybe 15 or 20 bucks a month. If that sounds good, drop the word Next Coin Hub in the comments so I know there's enough interest to make it happen. We're standing at the edge of something historic, and I'm glad you're here for the ride. Thanks for watching till the end. Aloha, and I'll see you in the next one.